What's good? Canelo Alvarez stops Avni Yildirim after the third round. Uh, Canelo was beating him up from pillar to post for three whole rounds. Dropped him in the third round with a straight right hand. Continued to beat him up. Um, Left to the body, couldn't miss. He was going for those uppercuts as well, landing those. And until he went through his high guard with that 1-2, dropped him. Yildirim got up, was laughing, looking at his corner, doing something, but he didn't want to be in there. He didn't want to be in there at that point. Joel Diaz was yelling at him in the corner. He said, "I'll give you one more round, but you gotta show me something. You gotta show me something, all right?" And he would ask him, "All right, all right," and Yildirim wasn't answering. He wasn't answering him. He kept saying, "Hey, one more round. You get one more round, okay?" And nothing. He wasn't saying anything back. So I'm not sure if Diaz stopped it or the doctor or who, but there was really no reason for that fight to continue. Um, Besides seeing Canelo get a spectacular Kirkland like knockout, which probably would have happened, or it probably would have been stopped by Diaz in the fourth round during the fourth round anyway, because Yildirim was so overmatched, and you can't put it on him, his performance, because Canelo is just that much levels above him. The fact that the WBC, I'll put the blame on the WBC. The fact that this was a mandatory is mind-boggling. This is a non-title fight at best. This is a keep busy fight, and it was a keep busy fight. But the fact that guys like this, that champions have fights where they're in with an overmatched opponent that they're supposed to beat, that they should knock out in the first couple rounds like this, it is, like I said, it's mind-boggling. These guys shouldn't be getting title shots. There's guys that are out there working their whole lives and they haven't gotten a title shot yet. There's better fighters than these guys. Then the man, how is a guy with a 2 year layoff a mandatory for the pound for pound king? I just don't understand that. If Canelo wanted to fight him to keep busy before he fought against May, I don't have a problem with Canelo fighting Yildirim here. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with Yildirim fighting for a title after 2 years. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, because I really didn't do any research or watch Yildirim fight before this fight, because I heard that he had a 2 year layoff. I think he's coming off a loss. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. But Canelo did what he did, and if you're if you're a top level fighter like Canelo, and your opponent is so much worse than you, lack of a better word, he's so inferior to you in every way, you should be getting him out there earlier. You should not carry this guy. You should not his level at all. That, like a lot of fighters do. Even a lot of really good fighters. Some of my favorite fighters do that. Juan Francisco Estrada kind of does that. He carries these guys. Canelo's next opponent, Billy Joe Saunders, fights to the level of his opponent. You saw Danny Jacobs lay an egg against Gabe Rosado. Man, come on. You gotta show the fans something. Most of all, you gotta show your promoter that you're worthy of bigger fights, and that fans will want to see you. You gotta make fans want to see you for the next fight. And fights like this make fans want to see Canelo's next fight, because he put on a performance, man. Really, I wish that he had fought David Lemieux. You guys know that I've been pushing for that fight for a while, and Why couldn't David Lemieux be the mandatory? He's fought more recently than Canelo. I think he has a fight lined up or fought recently. I don't know, but it should have been David Lemieux in there. At least that would have been a great fight. At least Lemieux would have thrown punches. Lemieux would have gone out fighting, man. Yildirim, I could only go by what I saw, but he might have been starstruck. He might have been overwhelmed by the moment. But what I could see is that he was overwhelmed by his skill, his speed. Oh man, those body shots, Canelo are nasty. So Canelo did what he had to do. Billy Joe Saunders in May 6th is next. At least we're getting to see Canelo being more active, and this should show other top guys. No one's a bigger star than Canelo, besides maybe Anthony Joshua. So if Canelo could fight three times a year, there's no excuses for these other guys. Come on, we gotta stay busy. We gotta. These guys, like if I'm fighting in there, these guys gotta stay busy to improve themselves. If they're not improving, they're getting worse. We saw Josh Warrington getting beat up. We see guys like Jojo Diaz, Leyes, because they're not fighting, because they're not active. And of course, last year we got the whole 2020 situation. So you can't blame it on last year, but these guys still are fighting 2 years max. But if a big star like Canelo wants to stay active, then this should be something that all fighters are doing at this level. So what do you guys think? How does this fight with Billy Joe Saunders go next? So thanks everybody for watching. Peace.